Three, two, one, and here we go. Ah, this is the face of the day, and we're live back into the development of our RigBuilder UI and our facts-based blend shape rig. Oh my god, it's a journey, man. Now it's the 27th time that we are working on this marvelous piece of technology, which is hopefully going to take us to new heights into facial rigging. I'm hoping so much, man. You don't know. You have no idea. But we're gonna get there. I'm feeling that today we're gonna be doing some house cleanup and housekeeping. So if the other streams were not excited, don't expect to be excited right now. Just telling you that. So today we have Bob on the spin here. Hey Bob, how's it going, my brother? I will find out who you really are one day, and I'll get back and say hi to you in person. For you that comes here with the intention of talking to me, you think twice because I may answer, and I'm lacking a few words today. Still, there you go. We're gonna go and just keep working. So let's check our plan for today here. This is our list, and we have been through a lot. Today I was actually able to get a little work in off the cameras, and I got a few things up, but what we're gonna be working on today is just some of the last adjustments before moving on into the blend shape sculpting. I have a system already that I developed for the Joker that could be potentially the mouth system, but man, I'm just feeling that blend shapes are there's no way to get around blend shapes. I wish there was. Maybe the technology in the future will help us with that, but as of now, I don't see that. So there is a way to have a good mouth system with no blend shape, but if you want to go into that fine detail and that beautiful flashy movement, that's going to be on the blend shape. So it's Friday, so let's keep going, and hopefully I'll get some sleep in a bit. Okay, so let's check what we have for today. So I need to reorient the joint, the root joint. Let me get this down or up. I don't know. Let me think. That's easy. It's easy peasy. Let's do it right now. So here is our new UI with a few adjustments. So what I was feeling before is that this was too was looking too much like the same thing, and it was hard to figure out what was the first, the second, and the last stage. So right now we have color divisions, and this is all being done inside of the register. So we can basically add color to any one of these functions here and methods, which is great in my opinion. It helps to visualize, and whatever makes this more palatable is also going to make it more pleasant to use, or even it's gonna, just make us be interested on it. All right, so this is what it is. So we also have a new progress bar here. So the progress bar is pretty interesting, just to keep track of how much the how much and how long the code is taking to execute, but uh, it also is going to require a few changes to the code to make it work properly. But it's some of the changes that are necessary right now. Since I'll be talking to myself today, I will be listening to some music as well, because I need some energy here. So I'm going with some Queens of the Stone Age today. Let's see how it feels. And let's go. So unfortunately, I cannot play the music on the background, and I don't have anything to play on the background. So let's just keep working. So I have this new UI here with the colors, and now we're able to add these colors on the register, as I was saying. So this helps us keep the visible or the comprehension of which stage is which here, and we also have a progress bar that has been added, and it's all well, the progress bar is not working, so that's what we're going to be working on. So just cleaning up the code here and adding the stuff that we need to add. So the first thing that I was saying is that I need to have this root joint fixed, the orientation of it, because right now it is obviously off, and this is no bueno. It's like sideways here. I don't like that. Also, the rotation of the control itself is off, so we need to fix that, and that should be an easy fix. So I will then create new project, set up regroups, and then import skeleton. That's what we need. So I guess I'm just going to delete this altogether and then just add a new joint. Let's just check what's the radius, set the same radius here, 0.2. And then I'm going to parent this back, and we should have the exact thing that we need here. Cool. Okay, so I'm just exporting this new skeleton, and yeah, let's build it back and see how it goes, if it fixes the issues. Kind of froze right now, that's weird. Holy shit. Sorry about the language here. Just took like a lot longer than it's usually taken. Okay, but it worked, so that's fine. But the orientation though, it's not correct. Okay, no problem. Come on, man. All right, so it's reviving, but it's all working and it's fine. But the orientation of the root joint needs to be reset. Oh my God, my computer is suffering right now. Okay, it's all good. So let's just get back into that and let's go again. Let me import the skeleton, and let me just adjust that once again. All right, so then what I'm gonna do as well is I am just going to turn on the LRA here so that I can see again the direction of which. So it's by default it is pointing to the child with the X. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, so I'll just parent it, and I do this with the good old Comet Tools. Be X, Y, Y, and I want just this one guy here. Let's see if he resolves it automatically. But even I'm considering now, maybe this is wrong even. So the rotation angle, if the rotation axis is X, oh, but that's this exact same mistake I did the last time. Okay. So it's X up, X up, X. So it's like one spin in that direction. So the way I'm going to achieve this, then it's one XYZ 90 once on this one, and then on the X axis, I think it's like 180. It's 90. Oh gosh. Well, right, so that should give us what we need. This is one of the fixes that I needed here just to adjust. So I noticed that the control on ground, the root control was off, was twisted. So I just had to change this. Now I'm going to export selection again, and that's it. So now I should be able to rebuild this, and it should be all back together. So hello guys, welcome, and I'm here today with Bob. Me and you, Bob, once again. Oh, just for 27 times more. A few more spins. So it's built meanwhile. And it is correct. So now I also want to, I think it's polyplane. Is that what it is? Polyplane. And I want just to have a basis of reference here. I'm gonna add this into the reference layer. I'm gonna grab these two guys, isolate them, and grab the vertex, and I will then just bring them up slightly and also take them to the world here, just so that we have it exactly on world 0. If I wanted to go further, I could even go as far as like using the code to set this to exact the bottom vertex to exactly 0. but I'm not feeling that this is going to take us anywhere. So this should be good enough. Cool. So thank you, plane. Now we can export our controls, and this should be coming exactly at where it placed on the next time, which is good enough. I think it's precise now. Let's rebuild it and see what we get here. Okay, so also I've pointed it out already on the stream today, but just as an constant reminder of what was done on this thing, because maybe I'm even forgetting. But the UI has been updated today to add some colors to the items. So now we're able to add this on the register of the method. So we can choose the color of any of these items now, which is good. Okay, the controls are coming as expected. So one less task here. So now reorient the clavicle. So actually, I was wrong. Let me import the skeleton once again. So there's still an issue here on this, and it is the clavicle. There's my LRA. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. So it's this guy here. It's not inverted on the when I'm rotating the controls. These controls are not behaving on like a rotated manner or like an inverted manner. Okay, so I'm just going to rotate that. So on the X, I'm going to do 90 plus plus. And same thing for this guy, plus plus. I may be wrong, I don't know at this point. But it just needs to be inverted, and that's what we need. So let's try that. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. We try it again. So let's just export this guy. Oh, I also need to turn off the LRAs, otherwise it's gonna come on the other one. So boom, gonna go and export this selection to the joints. Cool. Override it. The control on the right clavicle is gonna come spinned as well, so we're gonna have to fix that. Save controls, and hopefully that is fixed for now. So the behavior that I'm expecting is to have both. Yeah, that's what I need. Perfect. Okay, so that's fixed. Great. Oh yeah, I also need to add geo add trapezius uh, muscle surfaces. Okay, so this is another thing. Okay, I think it's back in the correct position. And the thing is, I didn't need to struggle with that because I could just mirror the could just select this guy here and mirror, and that would be perfectly in place. Cool. So now I can export control shapes again, and that should be building our system back in as we expect it to be. My intention is to finish this on like making this progress bar works. I hope that adds a little bit of just a little dynamic to the rig builder and actually help us check like how much progress are you making. Okay, so it's all working good. Cool. I'll be adding some sort of like muscle, just a surface here to simulate a muscle. It's not an actual simulation. It's just a way to keep the volume there. Okay, so this is all good. Another test that goes. Okay, so this is later. Call bit of a master, hit revisit, integrate progress bar, template geo group. This might be a bigger priority, but okay, let's see. So let me check. I have some stuff here on the template geo group that shouldn't be here, which is hey, it's basically this template skeleton here, and this shouldn't be here. Where am I going to place this? Let me check. All right, so let's go and check this. Have I opened? Yes. So I'm opening the folder here. So I'm just going to check on the data here. But you know what? I'm going to leave these guys here, although they are not a template geo, nor a model geo. It would be like a skeleton template, but anyways, I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. So let's skip this test for now because I may use this information. I don't want to lose, don't want to take it out of there. So let's just go for the progress bar. So we're gonna be integrating this progress bar into the code. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, sorry guys. So let's go. All right, so this is the function that I need to revisit here. Okay, so what I need to do is then on the method that is calling the calling the execution of the method of the other method. So let's read what it's actually doing. Let me just send one single message here. And so the thing is, what it's saying is, we're gonna get the start. So first thing here, it is just getting the start time of the execution. So what it's going to do with this time, just calculate how long it is taking to execute it and print it for us, so that we have a rough idea of how long the process is taking. Let me see if I can facilitate everyone's lives here and increase the size of the code. I haven't been doing this lately just because I'm being lazy, but it's actually too much, to be honest. Let's go with a little less. Let's go with 15. Should be good enough. All right, so then we're gonna get item action name. So this is just the item that we're passing into the. So here, when we're calling the connect item double clicked, then it is connecting to call buildable method, and right away it is passing. So this action here on the tree, on the Qt tree widget, when connected, when double click happens, it already passes automatically this item. So if we have it here, it's passing it to the method automatically. So we know then which item it is. So we're getting the text, and that is what we're using to get our method data. So to get the method data, then we have the method name, and then we're going to do. They're just gonna match that. So if it is on in the buildable method list, then we're gonna get the. Okay, so then we get the buildable method here. So if method name equals then that data equals method. I'm not remembering why was I doing this exactly, and of course I didn't leave any notes on why I was doing this. But so data equals none, method data in self dot buildable method list. Buildable method list is the one that we are getting from. So this is what the register is doing here. Buildable method list is appending the method data, which gets the action, blah, blah, blah. So we're closer. I'm just remembering everything that it's doing here. So I have the method name for method data. Okay, so I'm looping through all of the methods in the list. Method data, it's a bunch of dictionaries, and then I'm just checking if it's. Oh, I know, it's because it's not a dictionary. So let me take notes out of this here right now. Since we are using a list to store dictionaries, to keep the index, or to keep the order of registration. it is not possible to get the method data by name. Therefore, therefore, it is necessary to loop between all, or to loop across all dictionaries in the list and find the one that matches the name the name of the current method name. uh, the function then returns the matching data for method name. All right, sounds like a good description, or a good enough description. But why do you have data equal none though? It's probably because if it's none, then I'm gonna do like another check. So honestly, this is such a simple thing that could have been done inside of the function. I don't even know if it's necessary. But anyways, we got the data then, and we're going to start looping. So if child data has a method, if the check state, or sorry, we're going to start here. So if there's no method on the item data, that means that it's a parent, right? So if it's a parent, meaning say for example import rig items here, it's a parent. So it doesn't have any method attributed to it or like associated with it. What it means then is that if I execute it, just this item here doesn't do anything. The items inside of it though, they all have a method associated with it. So what it's doing then is like it's checking, okay, so is there a method inside a method? If there is no method and there's no children, there's no method and the children count is higher than 0, meaning it is not just an empty method, it has children, then it is going to start executing the children inside of the method, or of that parent. So for index in range item child count, so it's going to get the number of children that it has, and then it's going to do to get the actual child object. Check state, so this is an object, call buildable method. So this has to be changed, the name here. Where else it is? Name code occurrences. So this is child item object. This is this is the kind of cleanup that I'm talking about. Like I need to have this sorted out before closing up. So this then also, I just gotta add another check here. And what do I need here? This is the very first item. It's the very first item, and I already am trying to check the state, which is fine for me. Okay. And let's do then the item dot check check state equals 2. So it's checking three things here. If it is a parent method and it has children, run all children. And it is checked. Okay, so that's good. So that's a one last check already. So one last thing to clean. So for index, so now the thing that I need to think is how am I going to keep track? How am I going to keep track of the current percentage that it is in? So I need to be able to check how many items inside of the action stack has has methods related to it. And this is going to require a whole different situation here. You just begin on that. So I need to do like count all buildable count. Let's say just that count all buildable, and then it's going to be the item here. So then I have the item, and I need to have then the same kind of thing here for index child count. Then I'm gonna just start with the list here. Just build a list out of what? Okay. Am I going to add the item or what? It has to be the child. Okay, so it's going to be a list or a dictionary, doesn't matter. It has to be a list. So it's going to be buildable, buildable, buildable item list equals to a list, of course. So now I have the item. So for I'm gonna do the exact thing here. If not, blah 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 blah. Okay. So again, what I'm trying to do here is just to insert the progress bar here and get it to work. So for that, we need to check how many children does it have, and then we need to check how many of these children is actionable. Because if we have a method here that is inside of the action stack, but it has no method, it's not going to be executed, then we don't need to count it as a part of the process, right? Like a part of the process that needs to be counted. So for index and index child count, then how can I get the children? So item.child index. Actually, it's going to be pretty close to the exact same thing. And then, so actually, it's actually going to be pretty similar. And it actually needs to check as well. If it then has a method and it is checked, let's keep going. I don't know how much this is going to be useful or even how much is going to work, but let's do it. This is just checking the time, and the thing here for me is if it is checked, then I'm going to do buildable items list dot append, and then it is going to be the child item object, and this is a buildable. Okay, so then the other possibility it is that this has no method. If it has a method, then it's going to check. Oh, I see one issue here. So it has to have a method and it is checked. If it has a method and it's checked, then executed. Else, if it doesn't have a method, and and this is also checked, then it's going to call the buildable method. That's okay so far. It's already going to stop some of the issues that we were having, although it's quite dangerous here what I'm doing because I'm changing things and this might cause the system to crash in my face. Okay, so then we go to the second thing. Okay, so what I'm doing is now I'm just realizing here what I'm doing. So yeah, I just need to execute the same process, almost exactly the same. And I'm gonna have to declare this prior because this is not going to be self dot buildable method list equals a list. This way I can leave it out. Count self dot count buildable child item object. And next then is, so else else, so if it doesn't has a have a method, then it's the else is just going to, so I'm just going to add another note here. So else, then if it is an item and it has a method associated, execute. No, it's going to be checked still. I forgot something here. So what? Yeah, it doesn't. Why have I? Uh, excuse me. All right, just a little sneeze. Okay, so okay, so that might get us a full list. Okay, and then so if it's then it's just going to execute the item. That sounds good. So self dot buildable method list dot append item. That should be good. At the end, just all we need is the actual length of the list. And then I can actually return length of self dot buildable method list. Okay, so we got that. Now, still, this needs to be executed every time a, So so I just don't want to have too many things happening inside. Like I don't feel like this is the responsibility of this function here to be like calculate, or we are already separating the calculation of the amount of so again, let's get back to what it should be doing. So we're gonna get the amount of executable. So as soon as we click some of these functions here or methods, it's that code is going to go inside this and check how many children it has and how many of them are executable. And then we're going to have, say for example, if you try to execute face rig here, then we're going to know how many executable items we have on this, because then what we can do is we can get this 100% here and divide it by the amount of actions we have to execute, right? That will give us a step, and with this step then we can add this to the value. So we can start in 0 and then add one step to each time any of these buildables are executed. So this way we guaranteed we'll have the exact amount of percentage. So say for example, whenever we click face rig, it's going to execute all of the items, and it's always going to add the exact. So even if we add more steps to this, or more actions to the stack, uh, it is going to calculate appropriately how much it takes to get it to 100. It's pretty simple. Hope that makes any sense. But as you can see here, it is already like calculating process start time, like inside of this call buildable. I would really like to keep it clean, but on the other hand, I don't know that there's a way. Before that, then let me just see if I didn't crash anything by making these modifications. Let me reload this and see if the rig is going to build properly. Okay, rig's building. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why? Ah, man. Okay, okay. What have I done? No, what have I crashed here? Am I selecting the right thing though? Oh, here we go. Whew. For a second, I thought I had already crashed it. Okay, so it's working as expected. It is scaling correctly. Yeah. Okay, so far so good. Now the thing that I need to check is, what if I, because the problem that I was having before is was not being able to check, like to stop the execution if the parent item was unchecked. Let's see if it's going to do that. Cool, it didn't import anything, meaning that if I turn off all of these guys here, it will probably just stop the code right there. Boom, perfect. It just created the groups and stopped it right there. So now it works. Cool. Good. Nice. Everything is working. Okay. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. Now, so let's keep going. So I didn't break anything. Good. Good thing. Good job, myself. Now we know that it is working. So the issue remains though. Uh, so I do need these two guys here. So let's then self dot count, and I'm gonna do active items count. And then I'm just gonna print this and see if it's working on the act of execution. So we can see that already we have a crash. Yes, because we didn't pass any arguments here, sir. And it's crashing again. So why is that? Buildable item list. Okay, so it's something that I forgot to change there. Buildable item list. Which line? Line 266. It's the guy. Buildable item list dot append. Now I'm sure we have it, so I may have mistype it. Type it. No, no, no. What have I done? Oh, no, 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 no. I'm sure, pretty sure. Buildable methods list. Oh, huh. Good thing it didn't crash the code because it was wrong. All right, let's go again. Maybe this time we're gonna get the actual. Okay, so it works, and we got the count here, as you can see there, 18, 21. Oh, oh boy. So, oh man. Yeah, because it is recursive. Sorry, I'm thinking here. Because it is recursive, it's calling itself inside of the same, like, so it goes through the process, it finds that it has a child, so it just calls itself again somewhere around here. Uh, call buildable method. It's calling itself, yeah, it's calling itself here. So that it goes like in a sort of an infinite loop. Now, this cannot happen if I want to count the items. So what I need then is a different approach here. I need, man, what's the name this that what's this name that? So when it double clicks, it cannot call this actions here first. It needs to call like a secondary or a primary function, which is going to be something like, it would be buildable recursive loop, something like that. Call buildable method, or it's like build call buildable method must be the yeah. Hold on, I'm just trying to figure out some naming stuff here. So this is called buildable method. It's fine, and it's going to be the item, and then this guy here has to be called something else. This has to be called like build recursive loop recursive build loop. It could be like that. Recursive build loop. Cool. So the idea here then is that we're gonna have this here inside of this guy, and we're gonna make this better, but yeah, sorry for the brain freeze, but my brain is literally frozen right now. All right, so we got the buildable method, and then so now this is not on, this is a different recursive method, so we can get the data first, and it's not going to affect recursive build loop. So then we can call the recursive build loop. Okay, so I think it's not going to change anything. It's just going to give us the number that we were looking after. So you can see here 18, and this number is not. Wow, why is this number being updated here? Shouldn't be the case. Are we updating this code here though? What's going on? Let me clear this. Let's clear that and run the code again just to make sure, because I'm not really sure. It's weird. Oh, I know what it is. I know. I am calling a different method. So now I need to update this guy here because I'm calling the other guy there. So now I need to do like recursive. So now it's recursive build loop. Okay, cool. Cool. So we're getting the proper thing now. Cool. So in the beginning of this, then we should be getting the number of actionable items, and it should be higher than 10 though. No bueno. I don't think I believe this is 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So right up front. Well, but some of them indeed don't have. Uh, 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 uh. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Item list, get methods. So I'm just checking if the code is like exactly the same and why is it not appending the number of items that I believe we should have. It's definitely larger than it definitely should be larger than 10. For sure not 10. The item object is the index and then it gets the text and then gets the data. And if it has a method and it is checked, then it is going to be appending the object into the list. Else, I think I see an error here. Yeah, I see it. I think I know what went wrong here. That should be it. Let's see if we get the correct number. It should be like, I don't know, around 30 at this point, 30, maybe 25, but I'd say around that. Weird. Okay, so we should get, yeah, here we go. 21. I think this is more reasonable. This is the number that we are looking for. So now if we divide 100 by 21, this is going to be our step. And we can start to make some calculations here to make our progress bar behave as we expect. So upon the creation of the progress bar here, I just added 100 just because I wanted to see how it looked as 100. But let's see how it looks as a 0. Boom, that's how it looks, completely empty. Not bad. So it'd be interesting. It's a simple thing. It's a silly thing. It's questionable, maybe unnecessary. But I don't know, it just gives you that sense that things are working, you know, especially if you're not looking at the script editor. Okay, so then we're gonna calculate the step. Buildable, buildable item list, self dot progress bar step equals none. Self dot, I don't need the value. So then when we get the active items count, then the self dot progress bar step is going to be equals to 100 divided by active item count. Right? I believe so. I'm gonna do this, but I'm not really fine with that. But anyways, let's just do that. Uh, After the calculation here, calculate process process execution time update progress bar. And then our self dot progress bar dot set value is I think you need two to self dot, so progress bar current value equals to self dot progress bar dot get dot value. I think that should be it. uh I don't think I need to query that, so it's going to be value update. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna consume more lines for this. I'm just gonna do it right on the line there. Just gonna get this and see if it works. I'm not sure. I never done this step before. So I'm just gonna assume this is going to work. So it's going to be progress bar step. So basically what it's doing is it's getting the current progress bar. So if it's zero, it's going to be zero plus a step, and then it's going to add the value. It's going to set the value. And so for me, then every time that it executes, a method, it's going to be also adding into the progress bar. I believe it's just executing the method in two places. Quite annoying this nested loops, but I don't know if there's another way. Okay, so let's see if it executes it. Look at that! Look at that! What? Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh, but it didn't calculate it correctly. But it works. Oh my god! It's so great to see that. Oh, Bob, give me a hug, man. Give me a hug. Oh, amazing. Some progress here. Great, guys. We're slowly getting there. But interesting. I've never seen this before. And also, I need to, in the beginning of each loop of this, set this to 0. Because if I then decide to rebuild this, our shit is saying Kodos, man. Yeah, thank you, man. Yay, thanks for participating, man. Yeah, we got something. Just a little progress. Not much, but you know. All right, so then we're gonna then add self dot progress bar dot set value 0 just in case. This step is going to be set there, so it's fine. So just what I mean here is just like every time that I rerun the item or whatever buildable I decide to do, it's going to set the progress bar to 0. But now, I mean, it's good that it worked, but now to figure out why is it not amounting to the total here, that's gonna suck. So I don't even know how much I'm missing here, so I'm just gonna print the stat for now. So let's just figure out now how much is the step here and how much we're missing here. Because if I have the problem might be, I don't know where the problem could be exactly. So the step is 4 now. Am I doing something wrong here? Let me check. So it should be like 100 divided by 21. That's 7 points. Oh, I see. And yeah, it's because I see. It's not a float, so I think that's the issue here. Here you go. I think this is gonna fix our problem. I hope that's that simple. And what is it even worse now? Still 84. Why? Yeah, but now the math is correct at least, but if item countless, unless so now the problem could be on the actual method. Like I could be calculating it wrong. Need to change my songs here. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so let's check again then. What am I doing wrong? The math is wrong somehow. But I mean, it should something's not even changing here because it the number has grown, right? Let me ask Google here. What's the deal with the progress bar? So Qt progress bar decimals. How to display decimal values in Qt? Doesn't even matter. I don't care about the decimals being displayed as long as they're being calculated. Hey Jefferson, so I have a new comment here from Jefferson. I don't remember if you've been here before, but anyways, welcome, man. Progress bar, set geometry, n equals 100, set maximum. Bar dot set maximum value for two decimal points. 0.55. Yeah, that's an actual good. That's actually a good point here. But I don't have an index, so do I? Or do I have an index? Maybe I do. I might be. No. Yeah, I have an index, but it's not. It's not reliable. So I could do like a generator, but that's just gonna be a pain right now. So I have the progress bar step. It's 21 now. Am I not getting the same number here? It's passing the items. The same item is being calculated in the exact same way. And after the method is executed, it's printing the name of the method that it's executed and updating the progress bar. Let me just check here. So it's Qt progress bar, and Qt progress bar. I'm just going to check the value there. The set maximum, set minimum, set orientation, set range, set value. Signals value change. Events. Detail description. Blah 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 blah. Top to bottom. Alignment string. No 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 no. I need the value here. I'm pretty sure I saw it. Value. This property holds the progress bar's current value. Attempting to change the current value to one outside the minimum maximum range has no effect to the current value. So the fight with the progress bar. I believe it gotta be the way that we're requiring this information. I mean, I will try one blind thing here. I might be wrong, but let's try that. So I will try the count minus one. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's almost there, but it's weird. It's weird. I need to see it executing. Still not correct, huh? Hmm. It actually worked, but it is going like 5 by 5, which is not. Oh, it's because it's now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, but the feeling is that it's getting 21, but the number of steps is since it's beginning on zero. But I believe it's working. So what should I think, right? Let's try just let's try just a smaller thing here. So oh, here we go. So it's the item. Oh, I see. Progress progress bar step math equals to this guy here, and then I'm just gonna add a logic here. So if is equals to a hundred if progress step math, it's dividing by zero, so that doesn't even make sense now. So So the thing is, if I execute one single item, the active item count is going to be one, and then it's subtracting one from one, and then it's dividing 100 by zero. So that's no bueno. Then what I need is how can I put an if on this? Uh, this is going to be a different thing. Then this is going to be division division factor equals to one if active items count equals one. Else it is equal to active item count minus one. And then it's going to be the division factor. Boom. Is it elegant? I'm not sure, but I just want to see. So it has to go to 100 now. So create new scene. Yeah, 100. Boom. Awesome. Create regroups. Boom. 100. Done. Now, what I want to check is if it's going to do the same thing here. Just one, two, three, four. Uh, okay, so the step is 20 then, and I have four. So obviously this is wrong. Well, so it's okay. We are getting the comprehension here of what's going on more or less. Sense does it make though? I mean, yeah, it is not adding the decimal, so that's why it's not working. But it's also not correct. It should be 25, not 20. Why? Okay, so we're actually making some progress here because I'm executing a smaller scale here. Yeah, the calculation is definitely wrong because it's getting a number. It's getting like six, where there are clearly just four items here. So that's why it's not correct. But is it because I am not cleaning the buildable item list? No, I am starting from scratch here. But what if I execute this again then? Yeah, it is compounding though. Yeah, I can see there. Okay, so that's an issue. So what I need to do is every time buildable item list, I need to zero this out. Oh, I see. Yeah, so I was executing this, then it was calling this, and then I was calling this, and now when I execute this, I should get the correct thing. Boom, got it. Great. So this actually works. Now, why is this other fellow here not working though? It goes to 84. But it is just adding, like, it's not adding the freaking thing. So it needs the decimals. That's pretty clear to me. Without the decimals, because it's times 21, and so it is missing. So it's 84 there. If we do the math here, and do 21 times point 0.761761 which is so to be 15.9999, which is exactly what we're missing here. So yeah, it is working properly. It's just a matter of adding the decimals. So that's a good. That's a conclusion. Why is it going to go to? It's going to 1,000 here. I don't want to go to 1,000. Gotta be a better way. Fractional progress. No, no, it doesn't seem like this. Change the scale of the progress bar range. If you now have it set to zero, from 0 to 100, and you want the decimals, change the range from 0 to 1,000. Use Chris blah, 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 method to format the text, converting the value to a float, dividing by 10. Okay, okay. All right. So then what? Then we add the step. This is bananas though. But indeed, it doesn't make any difference, to be honest. Count all buildable items going to be set. Then the step is going to be lower. So it's the set. I have to set the maximum here. But even with the decimals, it's going to be a little off, I guess. The progress bar. What am I declaring it? So progress bar. I don't need the geometry. I need the self dot progress bar dot set maximum. So to be 1,000, and then exactly the same thing. No. Oh, we got it. Cool. But still 98. Come on. Okay, let's go with what? Even more? 10,000? A million? 100,000. God damn it. So 1,000. Let's go with 100,000 then. $99, but not 100. Do I even need to care about this? I don't know. But it is correct, right? So 90. Damn you, decimals. How many? I think the thing is never gonna be exact, right? So how do you work around this? So if you do the things that are exact, like four, it reaches 100. But if you don't, then it doesn't do it. It gets to 99. Ah, it's a little bit silly, it's sketchy, but I don't know. Maybe I don't care. I don't think I care. It works, right? Okay, so I'm not gonna be breaking my head on this. It's fine. It's just a visual cue of what's going on, and it's good enough as this. And then let me remove this line even. Make it as short as possible here. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, so I'm just documenting a little bit here, just adding some notes. Execute item method. Yeah, that's it, guys. I think we're getting to the end of this stream here. It was a pretty mind blowing one. Oh, I think I have one thing before I do this, though. So what I'm thinking is, yeah. Yeah, this is easy peasy. So yeah, the way it's now, it's calculating wrong the start time and the end time. So it's because of a simple issue here. So it's just adding this here. Oh, clean. Cool. I think we got it. So now it's going to calculate exactly the end time and the start time. No duplicates. Great. Oh yeah. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Simple stuff, but it is a lot cleaner here. The information is coming through exactly as we want. So the thing here is for each method that it's called, so check existence of, so for example, uh, we are starting the build here, so it's doing the checks, and then it is print all directory paths and how much it took to do that. Then it starts another one, check existence, and then it calculates again how long it took. Prompt missing directories start, and then it checks a bunch of stuff again. So these ones are, they have nothing on it, but if we check something like the imports here, for example, import template geo, I can see that it is importing a bunch of stuff, and at the end it is saying, okay, it took 2 seconds to import all the template geo, and it ended. And then import model geo, and then it imports all the stuff, and then at the end it's saying, okay, it took 0.14 seconds to do it. So it goes on and goes on, into going through all the methods and telling us how long it's taken, and then at the end it tells us how long it took to execute the entire thing. So it was 15 seconds to build the entire rig, and it is giving us also a progress bar here. So not too bad. I can live with that. It's a 99 here. It's frustrating, but I don't know. I don't feel like there's a solution. Even if I increase the number to like a million, it's still not going to be it's still not going to be, or is it? Or will it? I don't think it's going to be, because even if there's like one decimal or one fraction of whatever fraction it is, like an infinitely small fraction of that, there might be a way to format that, but honestly, now I'm just having fun with this. But anyways, that's it. It's good enough. It's 2 hours almost of stream, and we got what we needed. This was a big part of this RigBuilder UI, and it's one that makes me happy. It's silly, but it makes me happy. Let me just cross that. Progress bar, integrate, call buildable method, revisit and clean. Kind of did that. Integrate progress bar, and that's done. That's awesome. So we're going to continue on this path of cleaning up this on the next time. So the next time will then be add top group visibility attributes. Uh, I'm also going to add, like, when we right click, we're going to be able to execute the function by right clicking it instead of having to double click. We can still do double click, but we are going to be able to right click it and do run. I think that's more, it just feels to me that for demonstration purposes and just in general, it feels more safe to do right click and run rather than double click, because double click sometimes you don't know, maybe you misclick, you don't know if you really click twice. And with right click, you see run, you click run, and that's when it's executing. You're 100% sure. So that's going to be good. It's going to add some certainty and also opens the door for more other different functionality. And yeah, I hope this is going to be in one sit. It shouldn't be very complicated. So adding the attributes. So this is UI related. I'm going to do it first, and then add the visibility attributes, and then clean up our template geo group. And that is going to put us in a position to get started on sculpting the freaking blood shapes. Burn shapes. All right, that's it. Bob, Bob, thank you, man. Thank you. Good energies today from you. Appreciate it. For our friends here, Harshit and Jefferson, thank you so much for participating. If you're seeing this now or in the future, I know it is kind of a torture to to go through this kind of creative process or problem solving process, but this is what it is, and progress is being made, and that's what it's good enough for me. And yeah, you guys have a great weekend, and I hope you have a lot of fun and you enjoy your loved ones or your friends or a good cup of water. All right, so you guys have a good weekend and cheers.